I make fun of my homie because he got a Switch. He's a Nintendo dork. What is going on, people? You've just joined the Abomination, and I just want to tell y'all, me and Nintendo got issues. First off, let me say Nintendo is definitely a powerhouse in the gaming industry. Anybody who deny that, honestly, to me is, I would say, is not a real gamer. You got to give credit where credit is due. Nintendo been doing their thing. You could say they were the pioneers of gaming. Nintendo was always doing something, I'm gonna say, innovative, making major strides in gaming, proving themselves. Video game industry, a company. My pops, pops had the Super Nintendo. He had the old school gaming systems that we enjoyed. Nintendo has made arguably the best games when it comes to like family play or just spending time with one another. They came with the full player, you know what I'm saying, like 4 people being able to play on one system, playing on one game, especially the side scroller beat 'em ups. So Nintendo has always pushed like the multiplayer, which made gaming feel more like a community or something to enjoy with somebody else locally right there next to you. They kill it mainly at their first party titles. Mario, the Zeldas, the Metroids, the Pokemons, Donkey Kongs, the list goes on. So when it comes to those games, they are killing it. And I can even say that a lot of those games were not for me. It's these like platformers. I'm not a Mario fan. I'm not a Metroid fan. Played some of the Donkey Kongs, but Smash Brothers is my shit. A great competitive game, a fighting game. Like Nintendo makes a whole lot of decisions that I do not agree with. At a certain point in the game, Nintendo lost me, and I'm really not looking back. I really don't care because of decisions they've made. So yeah, I've been rocking with Nintendo. I got my consoles back here. I got my GameCube up here. Go to GameCube. That bad boy, that purple giant, the Pokemon XD Gale, the Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness GameCube. Like I said, man, the full players, like the gaming I did on this. Come on now, the little attachment so that I could play the Game Boy Advance games on there. Again, this was probably the hardest Pokemon game ever to come out with, but again, the Super Smash Brothers, the Legend of Zeldas, the Ocarina of Time, sure, Majora's Mask, the Mario Kart Double Dash, the Super Mario Strikers, the list goes on. The games on the GameCube was wild. So yeah, man, Nintendo killed it. They had me there. And here go the Wii. That giant ugly, you know what I'm saying? It's old. It used to stand up. What it does, I don't know what my little gray attachment is. Yeah, this thing nasty. But the games that came out on this, I played Smash Brothers Brawl, the Wii Remote. Again, making a stride in gaming. The 3DS. Now this is the new 3DS. It's smaller. I had the original 3DS, actually the Ocarina of Time version, the gold. Now I got this bad boy. And the thing is, the 3DS, Nintendo was killing it with the handhelds. The Vita couldn't stand up. Microsoft, I don't even think had a competitor. But the level of customization that the 3DS was capable of, and all of the games, especially in bringing like the Ocarina of Time. I keep saying Ocarina of Time because that's the only Zelda game that I actually played and completed, besides Twilight Princess. Super Smash Brothers on this system, bro. The memories, all of the Pokemon games on here. So Nintendo, y'all had me. I'm gonna hold on to my 3DS. This is the gem, the second Wii, the new Wii or whatever. The Wii was so innovative that bam, we just gotta do it again. So then they came out with the Wii U with the big game pad, the controller, which was nice. The innovation in gaming. Though this gamepad was not its own separate thing, as long as you had that Wii U system around, and them things could connect, you could take this and play your game. So you didn't have to necessarily have it plugged up to the TV. This was crazy in itself. I did not care that I didn't have a whole, separate system or whatnot. It was just the fact that this was a move. And this was a move that, man, you know how you got the game, loaded up, you got the game in the main room, but then you got to go take a shit, and you could just go take this thing with you, and you could be playing it. Wow. Have somebody that want to watch TV, so they can have something playing on the TV, and then you can pull this pad out, you can be playing your game. Again, I had the Smash Brothers on this. This system was especially crazy because it introduced the 8 players to Smash Bros. and they could link up with the 3DS system. So this thing was wild. Come on, man. 8 people playing Smash competitively is not the best, but as far as a party game, which Nintendo kills it at, that's the best shit ever. You got 8 homies, 8 of y'all playing Smash Bros. And get crazy. Let's throw items in the mix. Let's throw the little, Smash ball on. Wow. The Wii U did their thing. I think it wasn't as popular of a system, I guess, but nonetheless, for people who actually played or rocks with Nintendo, this thing was a beast. Again, the Mario Kart, this thing was wild. Killed me with the Wii U. The Nintendo eShop severely lacked. I'm an all-around gamer. I have my PlayStation system. I don't have an Xbox, but I do have a PC with my Microsoft Store. Access to those titles. The whole old school games being accessible on the newer consoles. Sony and Microsoft were doing that, but Nintendo was like kind of holding on to some of its gems. I think so. Yeah, the eShop was lacking, or they didn't have previous console games accessible, but they had a whole handheld experience. So that's what killed me with the Wii U. And then when the Switch came out, definitely not a day one. I still don't have a Switch, but again, just noticing things. When this came out, it did not produce a Pokemon game that was trying to utilize the system or the capabilities, and it didn't expand upon what Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon X and Y. The newer Pokemon titles didn't bounce off of the previous ones. They just decided to do something different, more gimmicky, because they knew people was gonna pay for it, and they put out Sword and Shield, which is trash. And now this Arceus thing, which is, man, y'all should have been moving that route. But anyway, that's what kept me away from the Switch system. On top of that, the online capabilities was whack. It doesn't have streaming services. So, that would have been one feature that would have been a game changer, because now I have it in a handheld form. Again, no internet browsing, and the online capabilities as far as like playing with your friends, the online play suck. And I came to this conclusion, like looking at reviews, the people I know that had Switches, me being able to play these systems. Nobody wants to play with a Joy-Con. That's terrible. It's innovative though, so you got to give them props. They're trying to make it more accessible or get more people's hands on the game and playing with one another. I love Nintendo for that, but it's like they're not taking that same idea into their online gaming. You can't communicate with your friends. You got to have your phone compared up with your Switch or use some app thing. It's just weird. Hell, the PS Vita had it to where I could communicate with people. I could even jump into a party and communicate, talk to my homies. As far as customization options, I thought, or it was my hopes when the Switch was announced, that would be a thing, or later on they would start making it a thing. Different themes for the Switch, different little icons and badges. That's what the 3DS has, like stuff like this. Another thing, when the Switch got announced, all the games that came to the Switch were not necessarily new games. Smash Brothers came to the Switch, which Smash Ultimate is a great game, but that's just because of what it's become, and every Smash kind of build up on the previous. So Smash, for what it is now, is amazing. Nonetheless, the difference from the Wii U version and what you have Smash Ultimate now, the difference was not much, except with the addition of all the previous characters and then adding characters. So Smash pretty much was the same game. Oh yeah, and then they didn't put in the Spaceship Emissary. So that was one thing that I missed. That was cool, being able to, again, platform, have that Nintendo classic experience, but playing Smash Bros at the same time. That's something. But then the Mario Kart 8 was just moved to the Switch, and it was called Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Whatever. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild was coming to the Switch. But again, I'm not a super Nintendo fan. So I liked Ocarina of Time. I completed that one, but the only other Zelda was Twilight Princess, and that was just because it was on the Wii. Again, the new system. They got to swing the nunchuck around, and the Wiimote and the nunchuck around, so that was cool. I felt like Link, and at the same time, he turned into a wolf, which is my spirit animal. So I needed that. Other than that, I really don't care for a property or another game from Nintendo. But the fact that the move from the Wii U to the Switch were just the same games, but looking a little better, adding just a little bit more, but then them sticking to the same old games, without having the streaming services, that was the thing, or that killed it for me. And then not being able to customize my Switch, like that was whack. The announcement of the new Switch model, I was thinking, okay, it's going to be more powerful, it's going to have the internet capabilities, you know, those streaming services. They was going to start messing with the online, you know what I'm saying, getting that better. But then they announced an OLED model. They announced something new, but then gave you the same exact thing with a slight addition. So not a more powerful Switch, a bigger, brighter screen to play the same games. But by this point, I didn't care. Nintendo, they had disappointed me for so long, I didn't even care. I expected this. Now they come with this announcement. So they finally addressed the online aspect of Nintendo, the Nintendo online experience. But they don't improve it. They give you a few more games, but it's locked behind a paywall. So they now have you paying double the price for something that they could have done on a whole past generation, which I feel like kind of works against them, because if you could have just put these games on an online library, people would have paid money to own these titles, to have these titles. You got to give them props where props are due, because they wouldn't be where they are if they hadn't done something right. But they're making a whole lot of decisions that I feel like it's kind of stunting their growth, or it's not making them, or it's not legitimizing Nintendo as a real game publisher to more people. You got families definitely going to get the systems because the kids love it, and then again, more of the kids can play it. But if the Switch had more customization, games from other publishers, not just the core Nintendo games, better online experience, and streaming services like the apps, I guess, that the system can run, as well as the online experience, playing and being able to connect with your friends, with the world, through the system itself, while simultaneously enjoying the game. I'm gonna say, going back to making these innovative decisions with gaming, as opposed to just sticking with what's working and trying to hold on to that. But yeah, this is my video on Nintendo and my issues with a lot of the decisions that they've made recently, and how they pretty much lost me as a customer, fan, until I see some vast improvement. They pretty much have to meet the PlayStation and the Xbox where they are right now for me to take Nintendo seriously.
So I'm not sure I get you.
Give me a real fight.
Any of you guys read that chapter in The Art of War about misdirection?